Hey everybody. I know I look terrible, but I don't care how I look. It ain't about the way you look. I'm just coming over here this morning because I just don't. I woke up this morning and I'm tired. I got to fight. I'm going on the news because I'm here in the court, and I had called the city of Stockton, and I also called the CHP. Lumsar just drew guns on me. I had guns pointed at me back in 14, and it helped mess my life up. I never had guns pointed at me. You go and do volunteer work, and I told them that I called the place today. God spoke to me and said, call them. I called CHP today, and I told them what Lumsarge is. LUMSARGIS. What he did to me. Had guns pointed at me. I was volunteering at the homeless shelter here in Stockton with Servants of Christ Ministries. I want y'all to know something. I'm torn and I'm sick and I'm tired. I gotta go to court and I gotta be my own lawyer. But I'm the only one that can tell my story, the truth. So help me God, what they did to me. So I want to go home, and I really want to tell my story. I'm going to move the sack. I don't like how they have treated me. So I got to go to the city of Stockton and get I'm going to city of Stockton, and I need to try to call I can't even deal with the people's here in this the law library here in Stockton. I can't deal with them. So I've been calling the ones in Oakland because they body. They don't play that junk, but they do out here to people. They don't play that in Oakland. So I called the Oakland library. Thank God for Oakland law library. The law, I'm doing this case on my own. I'm heading to court. I'm fighting for my life right now. Because I'm not right in the mind. My child was murdered. These people have torn me. And then you got a detective that's supposed to be for Josiah who was murdered, my son. And then you call up there, you call to the state of California, and you tell that lie that Josiah inflicted his own death. I woke up this morning not feeling right. And I want to tell my story in court. And I crawled to that. If I did anything you could take, I told the sheriff, take me. Take me, boo. I don't care about jail. I'm living in jail in this place. Take me. What is a jail? It's a place where you keep, I'm in jail. The attacks that I have went through, the murder, JoJo murder, my son Josiah. They ran my son down. The Stockton police ran my son down to his demise. In other words, they kept racial profiling him, taking him down to their precinct. Then he was ran down going to school. They took his bike. I go and feed the homeless. I have church, feeding the homeless people, singing God praises, doing good deeds for the community of Stockton, California. I come home My son is beat, handcuffed, dog eating. They took him away. I'm on the way down to the stop, to 22 East Market Street. You see why they took Jane. That's the Stockton Police. I never forget these names. I never forget the address. So, you telling me you throw the keys out the car. I had to walk back with guns pointed at me. I'm having nightmares. They put me on medication. They say, stop, I got paperwork. They stopped the police as the cause of my mental health. They added more to my plate. They I need me a representation. But I got to go. I'm a crawl. I got to crawl. I got to fight for my rights. I'm literally so messed up in my mind. But I can't be messed up. I have to fight for my rights. So I got to file a government tort claim against why I want a court date. And I know the lady in, thank God for the lady in Oakland. Thank God for her. She works at the law library in Oakland. The one that lady work here, she's no good. I just want to be treated fairly. You cannot forget. I cannot forget. I got a dad son at Josiah. I want to get out of here, but I can't leave. I have to file paperwork on these people. Like I called the CHP, and I told them just a while ago, before I got on live, I called the CHP and I told the lady, Lord bless you. Because I cannot do things evil. I have to take all them to court. But I got to file the proper steps in order to head to the California, to the courthouse downtown Stockton. The spirit, if they don't try to help me, I'm calling up there to the federal judge that heard my son's case before, but I'm a fight them. God's told me to fight them in court, Superior Court. And the Superior Court of San Joaquin County can't help me get get them what they done to me. I have paperwork, what they caused me. I have paperwork. What they caused me. They say I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder from all the crimes that the police did against my kids. And then I also already had issues. And I just feel like that I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm broken. I don't care how I look. These people have tortured me. I'm going to ask the judge, have you ever been tortured? To the point where you just don't, I'm calling the news. Man, let me tell my side. You ever been tortured? I've been tortured. I'm by myself from Georgia. I'm not from here. These people don't torture me. And I really realize they have tortured me. Regardless of what, I'm going to stand up for my rights. They have violated all of them. I don't even feel like a citizen, okay? I don't even feel like a citizen. I just got up, woke up feeling mental, woke up feeling disgusted, woke up feeling with all this stuff that going on with me, how the cop beat my son, how the cop ran Josiah down, kept running them down, go to school, they took his bike. This is what have happened to me. I have no support. The county is against me. The city is against me. God ain't. God is not against me. Hallelujah. God is not against me. I know I did things, and I tell God all the time, Lord, I know what I did. You moving here, but nobody in a human life deserve to live in domestic terrorism. I'm attacked in my own. This is not America way to live. To be people riding up under your bumper, to be attacked, gun. The enemy came. I'm feeding the homeless people. I know I look terrible. It's okay. I'm wearing my scarf into the courtroom. When I go to the court, I'm wearing my scarf. That reminds me of Harriet. Harriet Tubman wore the scarf. She always had a scarf on. But I'm fighting. I have to fight. I already went up there and I told them I'd be back. I will be back to their courthouse. But what they done to me, they want to sit there and like they ain't done nothing to me. Yes, you did. I called and I told them, God bless them. That CHP place here in Stockton, that Lump man drew them guns on me. Drew guns on me. Drew guns on me. Look what I got on, y'all. Got a shirt on with my dress. Let me tell y'all something. It's something else. I have nightmares. I have nightmares. I was on medicine. But the doctor took me off of it because I'm going to have to go back to counseling. I'm going to have to get my counselor because it's attacking me. It's attacking me because when I went to court for Josiah is my 15-year-old son. He was murdered. Even though if a police station did not pull, some people don't know me, but I wanna talk a little bit about me. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. The night, November the 21st, 2014, was a night that have tortured me. And the day on November the 19th, 2015, is the day that I would never forget. That's the day that Josiah was murdered. That's my 15-year-old. November the 21st, 2014 is the night all the dirt took place. I was feeding the homeless, being a good Samaritan in the community, singing. Y'all know I'm a good person. You can't knock Teresa down for nobody. So I'm going to stand up. The Lord has known me. I was feeding homeless people, having church. You come home on your street where you live at. They beat your son, handcuffed him, let a dog eat him up, the police. The same night, they took my son away. I'm telling y'all what happened. They took James away. When they took my son away, that's my disabled son. They beat him first. Then I'm on the way down to the 22 East Market Street, which is Stockton Police Department. Our CHP came behind me and stopped me in front of Stockton Police Department that night. All this happened on the same night, November the 21st, 2014. I'm on the way out. That night I was volunteer. I was in good spirits, speaking the truth, listening to the preacher, Pastor John. They asked me to come and help them. To volunteer at the homeless shelter. I get home. They took James away. The dirty cops took James away. I would never forgive them for what they did to James. Never. I could never forgive them what they did to James. Then I'm on the way down to the 22 East Market Street to see why they took James, what was going on, because I was feeding the homeless. I was volunteering at the homeless shelter, so it was around Thanksgiving time. I was volunteering at the homeless shelter. So when I go down to the police department, that's when at 22 East Market Street here in Stockton, California, that's when CHP pulled up under my bumper and pointed guns at me. Told me to get out the car, throw the keys out. I had to get out, executioner style, and walk with. I looked back, guns pointed at me. But before I got out the vehicle, I was praying. I prayed. I was praying. I prayed to God. And I said, Lord, if you want it, I just came from church. This is what got me. I was in the spiritual realm, y'all. Because I just came from church, feeding the homeless people. And I really want to tell my story on the Christian channel. How God delivered, how he protected me that night. So, I'm calling it a Christian channel. It's been bothering me. He told me to get out the car, throw the keys out, and the gun, I looked back, it was so many guns pointed at me. He pointed the guns at me. He put me back up the cop car. I wasn't in the cop car 2-3 minutes. He pulled my name through. He let me out. I got out the car. They had the trunk up, searching, all up in my trunk. Had the doors open. Drew guns on Josiah. He was alive then. Drew guns on Trayvon. Drew guns on Darnisha, my daughter's best friend. I started screaming because I'm like thinking about James. Because they took James away. The Stockton Police beat James, took him away. All this was going on the same night. So Nikki came. Nikki's my neighbor. My old neighbor. When she came out there in front of the Stockton Police Department, 22 East Market Street, I just wish I had a lawyer that could stand with me. I'm taking him to court. I'm trying. So, I'm on the way to court, y'all. I'm saying I'm taking them to court. I want that lump sergeant guy. I want the Stockton police, how they have tortured me. Different cops have literally tortured me, have gave me tickets. But I'm going to get to this story about James. My mental state ain't right. But they did to me. So, I'm out there sitting in the car, and they had the guns at me. There's a lot of them, like the man with that point, the guns at lump sergeants. Lump sergeants is LUMSARGIS. Lump sergeants is that CHP officer who draw the guns on me that night. So he put me back in the cop car, let me out. I looked over there, they were searching my vehicle. CHP was searching my vehicle. California Highway Patrol. And I was in front of 22 East Market Street, Stockton Police Department. That's where the traffic stop occurred at. And I went by there the other day. I like to lost my mind. There was so many memories. So it's making me sick and suckle because I want justice what they done to me. I just called over there. I just called over there to that CHP. And I literally told that lady, God bless you. The Spirit of God is on me about what they did to me. I cannot live like this. I want to go to court. I am petrified. I probably have to end up going to get really help. Like mental health. They did to me. So that night, so that night, he let me out the cop car. I can't live. I gotta go to court. God, send me a help, Jesus. I've been having dreams about the guns he pointed at me, and it's all on file. The mental health place. 2 mental health doctors told me that they caused me post-traumatic stress disorder. Stockton Police and that CHP officer, God, pointing the guns at me, and I'm sick as hell. I can't think. I literally tried to knock it out. I can't. So, my head is hurting so bad. I want the governor to know. I want everybody to know what these peoples are. Like, are you nuts? You go to church. You had all these guns pointing at you. People trying to destroy me. The enemy coming at me all kinds of ways. Talk about me. Don't even know me. I'm on my own business. I'm very, I don't even, after I go to court, I'm taking my bags and move. God, I'm taking my shit and move. I am addressing the court. Anything that I have done, let me know now. I've been lied on. Murder. Josiah, I got a murder son. How can I live like this? How can any mother, grieving mother, live like this? And that fucked up district attorney, that bitch, she gonna be in my lawsuit. She lies. How you coming at me? I have a child that was shot down in cold blood. No justice. The Stockton police called me March the 3rd, 2020 is last time when I heard from the homicide detective. But let me go back to the story of when I was the CHP officers, sergeants, took me out of the cop car. My neighbor Nikki pulled up. She pulled up. I got a headache. My neighbor Nikki told me, I know where your son at. This is the night of November the 21st, 2014. 5 Stockton police officers beat my son, handcuffed him, let a dog mauled on him. I got the videos of that. Standing there, letting a dog eat my son alive. Literally eating him. I got the video. I don't lie. After that, I come home from feeding the homeless, having church at the homeless shelter, volunteer. I was volunteer with Service of Christ Ministries here in the community of Stockton, California, which I always been a good person. I always love people. I always song. I always try to bless people. Came to my house that night. They beat James. They took him away. That's why I was on the way down to Stockton, California Police Department at 22 East Market Street. I get down there in front of the CHP, pull me over. I get downtown at 22 East Market Street in front of Stockton Police. CHP pulled me over, named them sergeants. And so that's when he had the guns pointed at me. I had to walk with guns pointed at my back. They put me in the back of the cop car. I wasn't even in the back of the cop car 3 minutes. He ran my name through the police, the CHP officer, sergeants. Didn't find not one drop or nothing on me, because you ain't gonna find nothing on me. I don't get in trouble. I've never been in a jail a day of my damn life. The only time I go to Mr. Pat Withrow jail is, Pat, my friend. I go down there and pick up police reports, and I got to go and get my police report from the jail. I know they want me dead. But God is not going to let it go down the way they think it's going to go down. They're plotting on me. This county and the city, they're together. So, because I tell the truth, that night when them guns pointed, it really messed my mind up to see somebody point guns at you and you got to walk with your back like this. My back, I'm showing the judge, my back was like this. The man was behind me. And I had to walk like this, right, like this. The opposite direction, because he was going to kill me. He was going to kill me. But I prayed. I prayed in my car. Father, I prayed to you and I told you. I said, Lord, if it's my time to go, take the body up out this flesh. The Bible said the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. See, Jesus walked in the spirit. He didn't walk in the flesh. I am going to keep my scarf on, have my scarf on. Because the angels and the ancestors going to walk in the courtroom with me. I want my court date, and I just called the city of Stockton, and I have to file a government tort. I called Oakland. I'm going on to I'm going to try to go on a gospel news channel, a gospel channel, to tell my story, what they done to me in Stockton. I ain't told my story like that. You know, I be on live talking about it, but the Spirit of God say go national with it. So I want to go national with what Stockton done to me. What Lump Sergeant's done to me. Lump Sergeant is a CHP officer that drew guns on me. The officers drew gun on me November the 21st, 2014, the same night that the other police department beat, handcuffed, and let a dog maul on my son, James Smith, who's a disabled boy who don't even know how to write his name, who's mental messed up. Go to Valley Mount Regional. People they can verify his disability. He's developmental delayed. Got a brain of a kindergartner. He got a brain of a kindergartner. He was beat while I was having church at the homeless shelter. James, I'm his mother, Teresa. I never departed my back on my son. I always was there for James. I always was there for him. I ain't got no help here. No legal representation. I'm representing myself. So they're coming at me, harassing me. The police department. That's what they do here. They harass you down. I'm not scared. If that court allowing them to do me this way, I'm going to call the federal judge, the secretary. I need help. I need help. Tell me what I done. I can't think. How can I think? I have a murdered son. I didn't even get to go to my own son's funeral. I know y'all probably say, why you didn't go? I didn't have the money. I had to get my son embalmed. Y'all know what embalm is? I had to get Josiah by the reserve. So I had to get donations, and then I had to, the check that he had, money he had left, $3,000, I gave it to the funeral home. They sent it to the funeral home. I told the funeral home to send my mother told me, that's my nickname, send Josiah body back home to Georgia. So the funeral home got my son body and sent him back to my mother. Listen at this. It's cold, baby. They cold people. These are cold people. So now they have tortured me. They have tortured me. The Lord knows they have tortured me. But the key is God got me. But I'm crying because it's so much. It's painful. It's like somebody taking a knife and just slicing your arm with it. How they have abused my whole family. My little kids was out there watching the cops beat James. I didn't even know that. I would have put them in my lawsuit. I didn't even know that until they told me. They told me, man, because I was so messed up worrying about James. Okay, the night the CHP drew the guns on me, drew guns on everybody in the vehicle, minors. Josiah was 14. Trayvon was 14. Darnisha was grown. But it was minors in that car. They drew guns on the minors. Get out the car. You had the car. What use of you searching my vehicle? You didn't find nothing, love. I'm from Georgia. I'm not from this California life. I don't do drugs. I don't even have a history. I never in my goddamn life seen nothing like this. I'm from the state of Georgia. You done violated me? It ain't over. So now I'm heading to court. Get your officers, Your Honor. They don't stop me for many of years since I stayed here. Wrote me out tickets. Yes, ma'am. I can prove what they done to me. Years of tickets. And then when I go to court, some cops don't even show up. But I'm there. And I'm going to stay there. I camp in front of the courthouse. That's a public place. I ain't doing nothing to nobody. But I would get me a tent and camp in front of your courthouse, baby. Because I want justice for your cops and everything that take place in this dump. That dirty ass. What are you talking about? You're the mayor. What are you going to do about me and my babies? Make your cops leave me alone. It was around, yesterday, I had went and took some recyclables to some cans for my kids, because they saved cans, my little kids. So I took their recyclables to the thing. So I'm coming up Country Club, where I live in the area I live in, taking my kids home. It's around about 10 cops going up the street. I'm coming this way, y'all. They coming this way. So, I'm looking at them like, I don't care about you. You don't care about me. You don't care how you beat my son. You don't care how you ran Josiah. Josiah's my dad's son. They ran him down to his demise. And what I mean by that is, you put all them fake charges on Josiah. What about all the fake charges in court? Is I'm lying? And I told that judge, I'm the mother. He a juvenile. Why when all these charges that Stockton PD put on Josiah, why wasn't they brought to me first? Because it's a fluke. Fake charges. Over 13. All the fake charges ran up to 7 years in YA juvenile department. I won't stand for that. I told that judge, I never saw them no charges like them. They put fake charges on Josiah. Yes, ma'am. Stockton Police is dirty. After they put the fake charges on Josiah, well, you know, you got to go. I took him to counsel. I did everything that judge told me to do on that paper. Not one item was left off. I'm a real OG. I did everything. Took that boy to all his counseling. You never would find an unfit mother with me. I took that Josiah to all his appointments, psychiatrist appointment. Josiah always. I know the people work there, Devin, all of them. but I feel like they from this dirty ass county. I took Josiah. So what you had? You ain't have nothing on me. You ain't had nothing on me. But only thing they said is Miss Smith, the judge even said in my face, you a good mother. You did everything that I asked you to do for your son. So when I took that boy to all his appointments, Josiah, you can't never say nothing bad about me, Stockton PD. You're the corrupt one. CHP corrupt. Y'all drew guns on me. You abused me, and I'm gonna call the disability ad for James. So after that, I went to court. We had a court date that morning. I told that judge, I don't remember them charges that you put on Josiah. It was fake. All of them was fake. After that, let me tell you what. The fake charges. All my enemies over here by my home right now. That black Challenger bitch parked right out there in the front yard. All of them that coming at me forcefully, trying to hurt me. I ain't got no help here. And I try to do videos to try to keep me something to do, to keep my mind going, because they have abused my mind to the point where I don't want to live. Like I told God, I'd rather be dead than live here. I don't care about death. The Bible said to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. I don't what they done to me. I mean, you know, and so I was up there, like the sheriff's department. They don't bother me. They don't bother me. I was up there at the courthouse and I flipped. They didn't even touch me. Y'all saw it on camera. Go and look at my live. They ain't touch me because they know me. And I told them, I said, you can lock me up. I gave them authority. Lock me up. You know what I said? Lock me up, because I guess, but I'm already in prison. What else can they do to me? My baby's gone. JoJo gone. They killed me. They killed Josiah. They took him away from me. And my boy murdered. They took Josiah. I had to go back in the hospital. When you got these things, got a smirk on their face, my baby dead. They put me in a little room at the hospital. They put me in a little small room at the hospital, baby. I said, where's my son? Your son didn't make it. Your son didn't make it. What you mean my child didn't make it? They took me back out of the hospital. My head is hurting me. Josiah was laying there dead with a hat on his head, his bucket hat. Had my child's chest cut open. I want to talk to the judge. What you mean, baby? He didn't make it. Oh, what you mean? I had to be strong. But he in my spirit. This morning he must be in my spirit, because I can't be me. Unless I take them to court to feel better what they done to me and let they judge know it ain't right. It ain't right what they did to both of my boys and my whole family, baby. It ain't right. The tickets, I got a stack of tickets. Stack of tickets, harassing me, stack of tickets, hate, stack of tickets, discrimination, domestic terrorism, a group of them. They ain't nothing but a gang. Stockton Police ain't nothing but a gang. For you're the chief of police. You wrote me a letter stating that your car, I got the letter on my phone right now. I'm gonna put it online. You didn't do anything. You said they didn't do anything. So you're saying you got a cop that done murdered 3 people. He murdered them. Sensabaugh? Look him up. Houston Sensabaugh Stevens. HOUSTONSENSABAUGH. And then he changed his last name after he beat my son, after he beat my child and beat him, 5 of them. Kenny Pham was the lieutenant that night on leave. He was on. I got proof. Lieutenant Pham was on there that night. He about to run me crazy. Houston Sensabaugh done killed 3 people. He done shot folks. He beat my son. Let me tell you how cold Stockton Police allow him to kill. After he beat my son, he changed his last name, and guess what he did? Boom, boom, boom! Killed another one! Killed another person. Killed another bitch! Killed another one. He killed somebody else. He was involved. Everything about him is not good. And he's the one that coming around here. He know where I live at. If you think God's gonna allow y'all to get away what you did to me, I got to go to court myself. This man done shot, murdered 3 people, beat my son James, put a fake charge on him. I had to go to court and fight. After they beat him, handcuffed him, had him handcuffed, beat him like a dog. 5 cops. Do it take 5? Then they put a fake charge on him. After they put a fake charge on my son, I swear to God, I beat the case in court because James is handicapped in the eyes of the law. The lady went to court with me. We won the case. She died. Dana, white lady, she went to court with me. Everybody died. Dana went to court with me from Valemount Regional to tell the judge my son's disabilities. The judge, they had one doubt about it. The judge said, I throw this out of court. Everybody in that courthouse was in that courtroom. When I was at court, they was clapping. Everybody. The mental health, because he went to mental health court. I had to stand up for James, my disabled son. When they put him in jail, since Bob put him in jail, he thought I was a weak woman. Are you guilty or not guilty? That's what the court said. Look, they said, are you guilty or not guilty? Girl, are you guilty or not? I'm not moving unless I go to court. I would move. After I go to court, I would be out of here, but I have to go to court. I cannot leave. I have to talk to their judge. See, you cannot, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how bad it is, sis, Tamika Brown, regardless of how bad it is, Harriet, regardless of how bad the slave owners, how bad Harriet Tubman, she probably was scared, but then she freed slaves. She freed them slaves. And I would not have. I got to go to court to feel better. Because if I go home to Georgia, I have to get closure. I have to get closure for the county. Because God said I have to make a demand. God said, you can't be scared. I can't be scared of man. Even though I ain't got no lawyer yet right here. Regardless of what they try to do to me, I can't be scared. I've been through so much. I can't be scared. No help. I can't be scared. I just have to die with my child. I can't be scared. Whatever they do to me, let it be. Let it be. I have to fight for people in this county and me and my family. I can't be scared. Sense of peace is over me. I can't be scared, sis. What they did to me, they took my son. They murdered him. You think I got to be scared? I'm not going to be scared, girl. My God in heaven, I told him that night, if they shoot me down, God, I saw the guns pointed at my car. Let them shoot me. I said, God, come back and get me. I was ready to rest. I would have been resting with my God. I don't care about death. I don't care, Lord. I don't care, Father. I just got to do what you say. I know I messed up, Lord, but Lord, you got to have mercy on me. He know what kind of person I am, and I would go like he did Moses. He told Moses, God said it. God said, Mo, go and tell Pharaoh, let my peoples go. I don't care. I can't think properly. A lot of days, what they did to me. But you think I'm going to be scared because it's about 10 cops against one woman? I'm stepping on toes. About 10 cops. More than that, probably. I've been stopped so many times. Man had his hand on the gun, Officer Singh. Had his hand on the gun, tried to hurt me. The Holy Ghost wouldn't let him do it. God wouldn't let him do it. It's a lesson to be learned. But the ancestors, Harriet Moses Tubman, she was the lady that freed slaves. And I am the mother to protect my family. And I am the mother. Everything you saying that I done just because I have a child who's mentally disabled. And I had to protect my son because he tried to put a fake charge on my son. Both of they cop. Do you see both of my boys? Both of my boys. November the 19th is when Josiah died. November the 21st is when Stockton Police beat my son. They was mad at me. They ran my son down to his demise. And I'm finna try to, since I'm not protected by Allah, I don't want no lawyer from, really I don't want no lawyer from California. That's why I said I do my own case. But I got to do what I got to do. When they drew the guns on me, I had to be strong. God just put a sense of peace over me. I said, if I'm sorry to shoot me, he could have shot me. Because when I look back, it was a lot of guns pointed at me. It was a setup. They beat my son. They knew I was feeding the homeless. I was down there feeding the homeless, having church. I gets home, they take James away. The police, all 5 officers, beating, handcuffed him. Had the handcuffs on my son so tight, his wrist was bleeding. That boy's wrist would bleed. Oh my God. I'm hurting real bad. Every day I hurt. Every day I hurt, sis. Ain't now day go by that I don't hurt. Ain't now day go by how they treat me. It was a lot of them coming by me yesterday. I saw them. On down from the trucks, on down from the police. I don't care. I shoot them a bird. Look what you done to me, all of y'all. But the Spirit said, look what they done to Jesus. Look what they done to Jesus. They beat poor Jesus all night long. But that man's powerful. He rose. He rose the third day. Oh, God. He rose the third day. He rose the third day. Just because I'm crying don't make me weak, because I'm no weak woman. But I just have to be in the spirit, sometimes the spiritual realm. And I tell anybody, God is real, He is alive. And I want to tell everybody on here, y'all might see me doing videos, but behind it, I do videos to keep my mind, to keep busy. Because if I stop, that's when the enemies put the thoughts in my head. That's when the enemy make me think about Josiah, how they murdered him. They murdered him, how they ran him down, going to school, racial profiling for being a black young man. That's what they do here. They racial profile black children. You don't even have a goddamn. How can you goddamn get somewhere in this county when you racial profiling the youth? Then you try to go up, then you get the drones. You get the stuff that the federal government buy you and shine them over my car. That's what they did. The federal government bought them drones. The federal government bought them goddamn. You telling me I don't know what's going on in this county? And you take them goddamn drones and you pull them up above my car. When I drive, tell me that. James a witness. You tell me that I'm not lying. You tell me I'm not outnumbered by a dirt-ass, corrupt government that's trying to mutilate me and kill me, set me up. You tell me that I'm not lying. You tell me that I'm not lying, that I'm not finna move. I'm not finna move until court time. I don't care. I'm trying to go to court now. I just called up there to the city of Stockton because the paper that I need to file is called a government tort claim. You write the government and you tell the government why you write, why you finna get ready and sue them. So I got to get me a government. I got to go up there to the city managers. Let them keep coming at me. Let them all keep coming at me. But see, when God know that I am in mourning, that I am by myself fighting them. I'm by myself fighting them, and I do video behind it up doing videos, you know. I do videos to keep my mind going because I've been abused so much. So I have to keep going. So you don't want your mind to stop. See, then when my mind stopped, like this morning, I got up, I felt real bad this morning. So, and you start thinking about your son. I started thinking about my son. But see, I can't stay still. Because if I stay still, that's when the enemy gonna try to come in. Regardless of what they saying, I haven't done nothing to them people to make them do James that way. You literally think I did something. I didn't do anything but move here. Like I tell everybody, only thing I did was move to your county. And any judge would know that what they did to James, and they can pull up. Oh my God, they can pull up when the police put that fake charge on James. They put a fake, after they beat him, tormented him, handcuffed him, 5 cops. It was 5 cops. 5. Fam, T-Reese, Sensible. It's 2 more. It was 5 in my federal courthouse, federal suit. Back in 2016, May of 2016, I went in front of the federal judge, not because of criminal charge. I put my son money up in a trust account. So I went in front, and the judge saw what they did to James. I'm glad the judge saw it. It's proof. It's in the federal documents. So, but I didn't go for Stockton Police for criminal. I went to set his little money up in a trust account for himself because he on disability. And I had to do that legally so I won't get in trouble. So I went up there and did it with the court of the federal court So my lawyer went in there with me, and my lawyer showed the judge how they beat him, and the judge looked at me and shook his head. The federal judge. I'm going in front of the superior for two purposes. Well, I'm taking the CHP, I'm taking Stockton PD, and I want that doctor who drugged me. So it's three of them I'm taking to trial. So to court, because I want a restraining order, and then I might try to sue that doctor for medical malpractice for what he done to me. So it don't even matter to me. So he keeps on coming at me, him and his old dirty son, and medical stuff going on with me. So I ain't gonna get to that part. But I got another big problem with that. I never had a drug problem. Everybody that know me know I ain't never did drugs. They know Teresa Smith as always singing in Macon, Georgia, where I'm from. Everybody know I'm talented. Everybody know I always sung at funerals. I always helped the people. When I was feeding the homeless and when I was having church, I went to my home. The police jumped on my son at his residence. At his residence. That's why I went to court. So when I tell y'all, a person don't know no strike on me. You could they trying to the phone tap, my phone tap. And let me tell y'all something what's going on. I have a child, James. He's grown, even though he's disabled. Just like that lady said, his worker at Bellamont Regional said, well, you know, he's grown. You know, he's gonna have he still have his hormones. They was explaining it to me. These folks trying to tap my phone tap. James do what he want to do. I don't. James do what he want to do. He go downtown, but I go and get him. I try to be there for him. I always got my son back regardless of what. It shows. I have a track in the court system here in Stockton. A judge told me, he said, you did everything I asked you to do on this paper. You a good mother. Yes, and so I've never been a bad mother. I fought for justice. I have marched. I have went up there to the city council meetings for my son. Other people, you know, I have sung, you know, over and over song at people's funerals here in Stockton, Oakland. You know, that's my gift. So, what, you know, you're trying to find little things on me, but your cops are evil. Your cops are evil. So, James was charged with a fake charge. I went to court. It's up there in their court system. It's when I was fighting for justice, all of it. Then make it so bad when they sick the dog on my son. You know, they beat him like that. My neighbor Patrina Walker, she got ate up. That was my neighbor trying to tell the police I was at the homeless center having church with Service of Christ Ministries around Thanksgiving time, right? She got ate up by the dog. The dog ate her. The dog bit her all in her stomach. The chief of police offered her $1,000 hush money. Then she got charged with a crime. What? She got charged with a crime. Trying to go over there and tell the police I was at where to find me at. Only thing they had to do is call me. It didn't go down like that. It didn't go down like that. The night of November the 21st, 2014. It didn't go down like that. Trina got ate up in the stomach. That dog, that police dog, bit her all of her belly. I hit the street. She all up at the hospital after the police CHP put me out the cop car. My neighbor Nikki took me to the hospital. This is what happened. My neighbor Nikki took me to the hospital. I was that when the police stopped me, Lumsargis, LUMSARGIS, in front of Stockton, California Police Department. Nikki pulled up, my neighbor. She said, Teresa, I know where James at. I said, where's James? That's who I'm looking for. CHP stopped me. She said, girl, get in. My neighbors, they all looked out for me. They all looked out for me, baby. The whole street went crazy about James. So I got in the car with her and went out to the hospital, you guys. I went out there to the hospital. I called Bobby Worthy. Bobby Worthy is he's a civil rights activist in Waycross, Georgia. Bobby Worthy. And he was telling me what to do. Because he worked with, and I was trying to get a lawyer at that time because they all violated me, and I'm still violated to this day. So I went out there to the hospital. I talked to the receptionist. I said, can I see my son, please? Ma'am, can I see my son? What is your son name? My son named James. You cannot see your son, James. Your son is in custody. I said, what you mean he in custody? Not y'all, look. Listen. They said, my son in custody. What you mean, my son? He was all right before I left home. I said, what did my son do? He's in custody, ma'am. I goes over to Trina. Patrina Walker is my neighbor at that time. She's the one that was, she was in a wheelchair, baby. She said, Miss Teresa, the dog ate me. The dog jumped on her and bit holes in her stomach. They charged her with a crime. She literally just went to court on that. She didn't even know she had a warrant for her arrest. She was trying to get her Section 8 housing. She was trying to get her Section 8 housing, and Section 8 told her, you can't get your Section 8, you got a warrant. You can't get Section 8 if you got a warrant for your arrest. She went whack to court. She said when she stepped in court, they dropped it because of me. They knew the case. That courthouse know the case. I ain't lying. They know the case because I went to court for James. I'm the mother. I went to court for James. I kept going to court for James, my son. And the judge threw that out. They beat him up. The judge threw that out, baby. I whooped their ass in court, baby. I ain't the one. You got the wrong black woman. You think I'm a fall. Hello. Yeah. She went in the wheelchair. The dog bit the lady. They put her in the wheelchair. Patrina Walker. She went over there to try to tell the police that I was at the homeless shelter feeding the homeless at church. I was having church feeding. It was about Thanksgiving time. Soon as she got over there by the police, the dog jumped out the car and bit her. After the dog bit her, Patrina Walker, the dog jumped over there at my son and started eating him. Bit all his clothes off. Biting him up. Handcuffed. Yeah. She went over there and tried to tell the cops, all 5 of them. Kenny Pham from the Stockton Police was the lieutenant that night. He's supposed to not let that happen. He was on call. So the the dog jumped out the car, bit Patrina Walker up. She was an innocent bystander. They're trying to tell them I went and I was at church at the homeless shelter. After that, the dog jumped over to my son. He was already handcuffed on the ground. They was eating him. The dog was eating him, baby. The dog was eating him, tore all his clothes out. He was about butt naked. I got the picture. Bit him up. The police dog. They said they just sat there and let the dog eat him. My whole street was lit. It was gonna be a riot, baby. The police was literally assaulting him. They assaulted him. They handcuffed him. They had the dog biting him up, y'all. Then put a fake charge on him after they beat him. Then put a fake charge on my neighbor. It's in a court system out here. The dog bit him, baby. The dog bit Trina. So I go to the hospital to ask to see where Jane was, to pick him up or whatever, to see what was going on. Because, I was having church at the homeless shelter. The dog ate Trina and Jane. He bit Trina first. After the dog bit Trina, the dog turned around and ate my son. He was in handcuffs. Yeah, she came over there and tried to tell the police I was at the homeless shelter feeding the homeless. But the dog bit her first, then jumped on my son James and bit all his clothes off of him and was eating him alive, mauling on him, the dog. The dog ate James and attacked at her. She was in the hospital. And Patrina Walker got ate up by the dog. My son James Smith got ate up by the dog. She got attacked first. My witnesses told me what happened. The dog jumped out the car some kind of way and bit her first. Then turned around, the dog started biting on James while he was in handcuffs. That's the way it was. So after that, I went to the hospital. They would not let me see James. They would not let me see James, y'all. So the couple of days went by. I saw Trina in the wheelchair because when they took Trina to the hospital, the dog ate her, bit her all up in her stomach. She had big dog bites in her stomach. I got the picture. I'm a post them. I got the picture. She got dog bites in her stomach. She got ate up. Jane was back there in the back, and they took James to jail. They took my son to jail, y'all. This is how crazy this is. You got 5 cops beat your son, handcuffed him. This happened before I went to the police station. When they beat him, they ate him. When they ate him, y'all, listen. When they ate him, the dog ate him. I want to talk to this person online. She probably worked for the police station. But anyway, when I went out there to the police, to the hospital, you guys, my son, they wouldn't let me see my son. They put him in jail. Trina is the one that they ate up. Patrina Walker is the dog ate her. She was at the hospital in the wheelchair. The dog ate her, bit her all up in her stomach. I have the pictures of James and her. My lawyer gave me the file. So, James went to jail. A couple of days later, he had a court date. Couple of days later, he had a court date. So when he had the court date, I went. They told James his charges. And I said, and they said guilty or not guilty. I said my son ain't guilty of no crime. That's what they courthouse said. Guilty or not guilty. I said he's not guilty. He's not guilty of no charges. They let my son out on OR. The judge let my son out of jail. I picked him up that night at the jail. Me and my neighbors, I went and got him. He had a jumpsuit on. He had a jumpsuit on, y'all, because before he went to jail, the dog had bit all his clothes off. He didn't have no clothes to wear home from the jail because bit James up. So I picked him up at the James couldn't talk. He was drugged. He was like a zombie, y'all. James was like a zombie. I gotta get my lawyer. James was like a zombie. And I kept going back to court, kept going, fighting for James. They charged James with a resisting arrest charge. That's the charge that I fought. That's the charge that I fought off my son. The police, after they did him like that, charged him with a crime that he did not commit. That's fakeness. That's fakeness, right? If you didn't commit a crime, why charge James with a crime that he did not commit? I kept going back to court, kept going back to court. And then I went and got a lawyer. I went and got an advocate. I'm sorry, y'all. I went and got an advocate to go to court with me at Valemont Regional. Valemont Regional is a place where people with disabilities, they help people who can't help themselves, like James in that situation he was in. So I went and got an advocate from Valemont Regional House. Valemont Regional, y'all, is for people with disabilities. They had directed me to an advocate to go to court with me. You have to be smart in court. I'm not no fool. I'm headed back to court. So I'm from Georgia. I'm from Georgia. That's where I'm from. I'm born and raised from Georgia. I still got my accent. I'm from Georgia. I moved here in 07. So the thing about it is, I kept going back to court. Kept going back to court. Kept going back to court because the judge wanted to see his impairments. So when the judge looked at all James' impairments, the judge threw the case out of court. He threw it out. I had to keep going back. I had to keep going back to court, keep going back to court. So when I went to court the last time, Dana told the judge James' impairments and stuff. We had paperwork, so they know James' history of, so you know, his disability. So that what got James out, and how the cops done it. So everybody in the courtroom was clapping after he won. The judge threw that out of court. It was a relief that I never thought that I was gonna get, y'all. It feels so good to have somebody on your side, because right now I'm heading back to court, fighting for my life here, my rights. I'm demanding what they done to me. So James got off. They dropped the charge off James. My neighbor, she had to go to court. That was what, the end of last year. About a year ago, she had to go to court. She didn't even know no warrant was on her fault. She moved to Las Vegas. They put a charge. That's the one that was bit up in the stomach, Trina. And they offered her $1,000 of hush money. They offered her $1,000 hush money, y'all. Chief Jones did that, the chief of police. So after that, she went to court. They automatically dropped the charge off her because that court case was linked with James. And I know they probably read that. And also back, okay, after that happened, we're coming around. I kept getting traffic stops. Traffic stops after traffic stops. Some of the cops don't even show up many of days. Harassing me around town, stopping my car. Traffic stops after traffic stops. And form of harassment, which it is, they all up in the courthouse. There's been times CHP don't stop me as well. They didn't show up for a man and a woman. Stop me. They didn't show up for court. The judge threw that out. Officer Gala, Gala. One day I had bought a car on the way to DMV. I was stopped. And he stopped me. And the Stockton police was circling around the block by 6 or 7 cops. I called a sergeant to the scene. He was the lieutenant, big man, lieutenant or the sergeant to the scene, because I was afraid for my life. And he told me just go to court, make sure I bring all my paperwork to court to prove to the court. As soon as I got to court and I pled not guilty, I had to go to court this year in May. Officer Gala didn't show up. He didn't show up for court. The judge threw it out. Judge threw that out, y'all. You see what I'm talking about? The years of suffering. Trying to kill me. Another police stopped me. Told me he was watching me. I got to go to court December the 17th, 2000, because I'm not paying for no ticket. So we just have to have a trial. We have to get some jurors. I'm not paying for no damn ticket. When I feel threatened for my life that you keep stopping me, talking about you watching me. I had a phone in my hand. I'm not paying for no damn ticket. I'm not doing that. I go to court. I go to goddamn court. Not me. When you're threatening me, when you're harassing me, you telling me you saw me with a phone in my hand, and then you stopped me and told me to get out the car? Who? He told me to get out the car. Trying to set me up, y'all. And I told that officer, look at me. Good. He had to... Look, I played it like a script play. Get out the car and let me show you what I'm talking about. Look, y'all. I played him. Officer, listen at this, y'all. I don't have nothing in my hand. I don't have no weapon. I don't have nothing, no gun. I don't have nothing like that on me. I said, do not shoot me. He took me in the back of the car showing me my... You picking at me, baby. You picking at me. And I was going to get the same lady, Trina, her daughter, the one that was ate up, bit up. I was on the way to get her daughter, Cynthia. Yeah, he was white. He was white. So, let me tell y'all, the cop stopped me. So, he told me to get out. He told me with the phone in my hand. I agree. I was scared for my life. So I agreed with, I did not have no phone in my hand. He lied. But I played a game with him because he got the upper hand over me. And I'm going to tell the court, I was afraid for my, and I was. So, he was a white cop. So I said, so I would just start talking with him, you know, but I was afraid at the same time of my life. And One night, let me tell y'all some of the traffic stop they stopped me on. I know them all. Hell of them. Can't do every story. So one night, BC stopped me. He had his hand on the gun. My daughter was in the vehicle with me, my kids in the back seat. They were crying, my kids. My kids was crying. My little kids was in the back seat. So I stopped over there on Acacia, downtown Sutter Street, Stockton, California, around the corner from where they beat my son at. One night I went looking for James to pick him up. They stopped me. He told me to stay in the car, don't roll the window, hollering at me, trying to be dirty. Told me to stay in the car. Stay in the car. Gonna put his hand on the gun. Came over there to the car, talking about where your registration at, and all trying to play a game with me. I know the game they play. He a dirt old man. Told me what I said, let me get it. I said, can I please? Because I don't keep nothing in my car. My kids, they pick that stuff. I said, let me go in my trunk and get the paperwork. Nah, you can't do that. Sign this ticket or I'll take you to jail. I should have just told him to take me to jail. Sign this ticket or I'll take you to jail. This is what this man told me. Minimum bitch. He told me to sign the ticket. He'll take me to jail. I'm like, so you won't let me go back in my truck and get all my stuff, out my little box I got, all my credentials and stuff. He didn't let me go and get it. This motherfucker so dirty. Then he came over there to the car talking about Jane. This how I knew he know who I was. Ain't you the lady? I know you. I'm like, where you know me from? I don't know you. I never saw you a day in my damn life. I done talked to him. I said, I ain't never saw you a day in my life. This is what I told him. He talking about your son was the one that got ate up by the dog. See what I'm saying? These was his exact words. This how I knew that's why he was picking at me. Your son is the one that got ate up by the dog. Yes. So, the lieutenant came to the scene, Officer Craig. Lieutenant Craig came to the scene. And he started talking to me. Because, I don't let the cops talk to me like that. What I do is call the lieutenant or call somebody to the scene to help me with their cops. That's what I do. Because it's be conflicts. They don't like me. Then how you gonna not like me when you don't even know me? So the thing about it is, lieutenant came. I filed a complaint on the officer. Lieutenant Craig came from Stockton PD, and he talked to me. My daughter witnessed, and he said about Jane, like I told Lieutenant Craig, I said, that's why I come down here and get James. And I always go and get James. Me, still do it to this day. That was back in 18, y'all. And another time, the cop stopped me. My daughter, Chip, was in the car. I got the video to that traffic stop. Had us in the sun for about an hour. Another traffic stop. CHP stopped me. CHP is the one, I'm sorry, that drew the guns on me. They stopped me over there off Persian. Over there off Persian Avenue. They stopped me over there, and they didn't come to court on that charge. They didn't come to court on that charge, y'all. Another traffic stop. They stopped me downtown. The lady and the man stopped me. So many. Officer Gallo stopped me downtown. Hello. Isn't the proof at the courthouse how they don't have that, how they done me. I don't need to do nothing. I know what they done to me. All of them corrupt. Like I said, one night they stopped me. Me and my daughter were charged with the same ticket, y'all. This is how bad it is. So, when I tell y'all, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to be in my shoes. I just need to go to a hospital because I'm going somewhere. Get some help. Because they done literally beat me down, harass me, violate me, run me down, murder, abuse of authority, racial profiling me, government corruption, hate, prejudice against me and James because we black. Being somebody with a disability, James. Years of attacks. I'm violated in my own homeland. Internet bullying me. Folks getting on my internet lying on me. Don't even know me now. Trying to embarrass somebody. How you gonna embarrass somebody like me? You don't even. I can just see what R. Kelly going through. R. Kelly didn't do some of that stuff they say he do. This is a wicked world. All them little young girls that they trying to they just put fake charges on R. Kelly. My head is killing me. I'm telling y'all this. I feel like I can't breathe. Anxiety attacks. Depression. Hate. Lies told on me. You don't even know my pain, babe. I need to go in the hospital when I leave here and go to court. I'm going in the hospital and get treatment. I'm finna call the disability place of California, how they did James. I'm suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. My head is knocking right now. And I got to keep fighting when I don't have the strength to fight nobody. Why I got to fight when all they did all that stuff to me? I live in Stockton, California, and I need I'm going to court on everything. I'm depressed. I know I look terrible. I look terrible right now. I don't care. My head, huh? So, y'all, that night when they drew the guns on me, I didn't care about dying. I didn't care. So they don't cause my family all this pain and agony. So I will be the court. They're charging them with everything they done to me. So I have 2 mental health doctors, because y'all know I'm mental health, right? I have 2 mental health doctors saying that they caused me post-traumatic stress disorder. And I looked it up. That's what they caused me. Depression, anxiety. One of the doctors that was my doctor, spiritual lady, I'm going to have to find her. Her name Dr. Susan Andrews. She don't work for the county anymore, I don't think. They said she talked to me a lot of times. She stopped working for them. I told everything. Another doctor told me that what they caused me. I'm gonna have to go back to counseling. Because if I don't go back to counseling, it's gonna kill me. I feel weak, stressed out, outnumbered, hated. Lord, please let me get some help, please. Just please let me get some help. I don't care how I look. My life is, I don't have nothing to say because I'm going to stay strong. There's a lot of them against me.